going to be insane because we know that the Brazilians, they know how to play sub-base and they're very good, but Stallions, it is their best map. If you remember Obimaniac back then, when they used to be called Obimaniac and they played versus the Chinese teams, they have never lost on sub-base since 2024. So these guys on the international stage, especially on sub-base, is just so strong. And now we get to see Ankara again as a decider, as he mentioned. The big new compound, in my opinion, this is the surprise of this V2, let's say.
You think we can go all the way to 3 here, Shriv, or you think this is a 2-0?
It's going to be tough. It all comes down to the new compound, like Penguin is alluding to. I think I've seen Liquid pick it a couple times, domestic, try it out in the group stage or something like this, and it's not quite worked for them. It's a little hit or miss, so it does feel slightly risky. Very, very, very intrigued to get into things here, but I want to go through maps here, Penguin, I think, as we get into the action. I think it's all going to be really down to that new compound. But yeah, we're straight on the sub-base, not wasting any time getting in here, and we'll see if Stallions can come out of the gate absolutely raring to go. And I think that's maybe what some people are wanting after yesterday.
Exactly, and this straight to the game, and now we are seeing sub-base picked by Stallions, and now on the attacking side, Liquid. And we mentioned that sub-base usually for the fans, if you're just watching the game, you should know the blacklist. It is a blacklist-sided map, so you would see a good strategies from Liquid right now, especially on the Brazilian league. We know that they love sub-base and they know how to play sub-base.
Yeah, I did potentially expect to see this yesterday, actually. But then the Black Widow wasn't banned, so I suppose they went that direction. But I thought that with where that veto opened, but we are straight in towards this attacking B bomb site, and it has not gone well for Liquid. Goodness me. Goodness me, they've been absolutely flattened there. No, with a triple kill to open us up. Not a single kill coming in for the Blacklist side. That is not a good sign.
I mean, that's a flawless round. I don't think anybody from Stallions just got damage.
Yeah, right.
So if you look at this round, it was a quite fast one. We've seen Liquid going high, going just short before the game, and they were just shouting. And then suddenly it's all Stallions just sweeping them off from the floor. And now they're going to be trying to fasten the pace a bit. And Loy is just a bit caught off guard right here, and he just got eliminated. WI is one of the best players on the Brazilians league that can just strafe kill with the HK, and now he got the kill on the Loy and gives them the advantage, and Liquid are back immediately in form.
Yeah, that's going to feel good, I think, opening up this second round after such a dominant first one. Just to ease some of the pressure, get that first kill, and actually feel like you have a chance. You don't want to go into 2 or 3 rounds getting dominated. Moving towards A here. Pretty pacey. Nice flash, though, from KLB. That slows them down, makes them reassess. They are still going to try and look for it. The nade stacking coming in doesn't quite hit the target, though. So they have to draw back. Even though they are man advantage here, they're still looking a little shaky, lacking some confidence.
I mean, I love how Stallions are playing. Like, look at this. They were just very close to his side. Liquid tried to push his side. KLP just flashed him, and then no, immediately he left after he knew that there is no push, and he wanted to kind of just support B-side because he knows that they are man down, and he needs to be the rotating guy for them to be able to secure the sides. And now KLP, I like how this guy is playing it on. Honestly, he's just the guy that he takes the fight. He's not afraid to be killing 1 or 2 or 3 players. And Liquid, they kind of slowed this round because they knew that they got spotted and they have numbers advantage. No need to rush anything into the round. 40 seconds, and the execution is probably going to be again on his side with 1 or 2 lurking players.
It's so late, though. It feels really quite late here, and it feels like they're lacking some decent map control. A push off of A towards the end of this round for Stallions just to gain some information. So they're setting up a decent flank, but also preparing their B players a little more. It is going to be straight through mid, though. Noah's here on the edge of the smoke. It's KLP who comes around with a sniper token to take out Noah. Is a pretty big find. KLP gonna have to go crazy. 10 seconds, he's dropped the C4, slowing them down in a big way. KLP keeps them coming, and it's KLB from behind to finish it off. My goodness, Stallions are looking good.
This guy, man, on Darkroom, you need to get red out of him. This is every time he's there, he's not gonna let you pass through. And this is exactly what we've seen from Liquid last game. The same round. It was a split to B side. 3 through woods, 1 through vents, and the other through machine. And immediately, NO just sneaks and gets the kill on 77 and gives his teammates an advantage. Jai, now he's trying to support on his side. He knows that they might be a push into their side, and a good read from Stallions. Actually, KLP just gets a double, and WI just trades it immediately and makes it 4-on-2.
Looking really good here, isn't it? Looking so good for the Stallions. It's a third in a row as Team Liquid. They try the pace change. They try to catch you off, catch you sleeping a little. It's not working. Stallions, immediately for me, looking scary. Looking very, very scary. Man. This is not in a good position for Team Liquid, as they have struggled, it is safe to say. The man advantage in the second round, don't win it. And two very, very dominant finishes to give Stallions their 3 rounds. Looks very, very impressive. Up in the vent, getting cheeky with it here for KLP. Team Liquid in a pretty scary position, as they are playing the far back default here.
I mean, KLP is just trying to deny the crazy plays from Liquid onto Vents, and exactly this is what is needed. WI might lose his life if he just goes straight forward to the Vents. And KLP is just the patience is the key.
Yeah.
Right now, I think that Liquid, they can't execute without having at least 2 man's numbers advantage. We've seen 1 and it didn't work out, and now they need 2 at least. And WI already just took a lot of damage. 77 is still quiet. 7-3. And
I don't know. There's just not a lot of movement here from Liquid. Not a lot of attempts at gaining control or anything along those lines. So they've lost a fair amount. And again, KLP's in a position where he can maybe get in behind. We've also got the advanced position from KLP, who's going to try and slow things down. Flank is dealt with. KLP low here as well, and he gets finished off. The pistols go flying in, nice and aggressive to get it done. Jay does find a good one. Is there going to be any more? Oh, with this left. They're looking for a pivot, though. Drawing away from the A bomb side, not trying to risk it, and looking more towards B. Again, Stallions are going to be prepared for this. They also just bail on A. So it's like the defenses are still looking like they're in a good spot. Got to try and cut them off here. What is the avenue? Which way are they going? Danimals with a big find. Jay gets super aggressive there. I guess desperate to try and get anything done. And the trades come in the end. Team Liquid with a quick pivot, a wacky rotation, but it works. They're on the board.
I mean, the key kill for their... I guess it was Gookin on the Vents. He got rid of KLP, and he just took a lot of space, and he just allowed him to rotate because he was very, very close to B side, and that was a call from him. And this is exactly what you expect from Gookin. He expected someone is being boosted on Vents, and he knew how to dodge it and just kill him and get the kill. And now we are seeing Stallions. They're trying to change the pace. They are trying to take the woods control, because if they leave the woods for Team Liquid, we've seen that they used it 2 times out of 3, and now the Flash, they're trying to get a 1 kill, and KLB just immediately fall down. And then 77 and WI, both of them got 2 kills, and now the numbers advantage is suddenly for Liquid.
Wow. Okay, Liquid back. Liquid are certainly back here, looking good. You can hear them getting loud as well as they will. That is something that the Stallions are going to have to deal with. They get in your head. The Stallions rocking straight out of the gate. Team Liquid with some good responses here in kind of the perfect spot, right? Yeah. Just as we start to worry that it's going to look dominant in the first half, they have managed to start responding. The question now of what Stallions do as they face forwards. Some kind of response on the cards, potentially, from the Stallions. Easier said than done at this stage. Team Liquid holding pretty far back at the moment. Again, not looking to give away any early kills. They will send some information forwards, though, as WY looking for that first kill.
I mean, it's working, right? They slow down things and try to get some information, but they're kind of looking for a mistake from Stallions. I believe that Stallions are not the teams that are gonna give you the mistakes easily. As we can see now, the change in the play is a fast rotation strategy coming out from Stallions. 2 around cage, 2 around B, and it was going to be very quick. And I think this is the best for Stallions. And now Eno and Loic each gets 1, and Jai just backs it up. 77 is the only guy who's fragging for Team Liquid, and suddenly it's a 1v2, and then No just tells him no, and he's back on board. 4-2, and Liquid just kinda throw it away. 4-man in BC is just not the best strategy that you can do versus Stallions.
Yeah. Liquid not looking super comfortable on sub base. I think it's safe to say, right? Like some of the rounds, some of the developments are not great. We're moving fast.
Sneaked again.
Loy, just get caught. Really, really nice early move from Danimals to watch out for that. We'll give Liquid the upper hand here in round number 7.
I mean, he tried to sneak as no, but when we've seen no sneak, he just immediately went for the push and got the kill. And Loy tried to be a bit passive. He wanted to use his trigger discipline just for his side, but didn't work out. And now Stallions, they are back on numbers disadvantage, and we've seen these guys multiple times in such situations, and they came back from it, winning the rounds 4-2. And now it is 1 minute and 35 seconds, and Liquid are kind of the team that's slowing the pace, trying to get information. They have numbers advantage. I get it. They didn't need to do anything, but now Gouken is trying to take steps. If he can get rid of No, I think it is going to be a good ease round for Liquid.
Yeah, we'll see here. No is in a pretty good spot. Here's that nade coming in. What's his thoughts? Does he want to get aggressive? Does he want to chase after it? It's obviously a lack of information for him to work with. Moving back towards mid here as Team Liquid again winding things down before they get going. Well-timed flash, but Jay not really able to find anything off the back of it. KLP here on the sniper, totally caught off. Oh, some missed shots as well. 7-7 looking good, but they really were not expecting him to be there. Team Liquid, it feels, have pulled the wool over the eyes of this Global Risk side. No remains alone against 5, so we'll see what he can do. You know, potentially just a few stats at the end of the day. He's having a pretty good game. Find another clean one, maybe I start to believe, but an unchecked angle, down he goes. And we are now within 1. Stallions still keeping them at arm's length, but Team Liquid remaining competitive, which is good. Definitely what we wanted out of this game.
Exactly, and look at 77, man. He was 0-3. Now he's 9-4. This guy got 9 rounds and 1 death. So he just immediately activated when we asked for and Liquid, it's finally... And when you're seeing 77 is just fragging, definitely you're going to be seeing Team Liquid on the board, and 3-4. I know it's not the best for the Blacklist side because we mentioned that sub-base you need to have 5 to 6 rounds on the Blacklist side, otherwise it's going to be very, very tough for you, especially that if you are playing Stallions as well, because Stallions themselves, I used to see how they play on sub-base, and there's other teams as well calling their strategies Stallions because it's the play style how Stallions play this sub-base. So, for example, on West League, they call, okay, let's do Stallions, and this is a specific strategy for them because they know how to play the Blacklist side and map. So, Liquid, they're going to be in big trouble if they don't secure at least 2 more rounds.
Right. There you go. Some lovely contextual information for you. Team Liquid feeling nervous then, as they need to find a big round here. Time and time again, things are looking harder and harder. A lot of nade damage coming in, some spam as well through smokes. So a good start for Stallions, even though they're not quite sure, they don't quite know it. But at this stage, starting to feel confident. Maybe too confident. Jay finds a nice kill onto ADRF. Advantage in favor of Stallions as they look to try and absolutely hammer home a 5th round here. Would be a really big deal for them.
I mean, with Liquid on the numbers disadvantage, I'm starting to get worried because usually if you see Stallions, you'd say, okay, they can flip the round, and they did multiple times. And now it's going to be the vice versa of this strategy. And let's see, KLP is trying to fight back on his side. This flash is going to catch him off guard, and yes, it did. And now he's going to face 2 double. Look at Choi just immediately flicks, and KLP just gets 1 before dying down. And now backed up, he did the bait strategy on his side, and it worked perfectly for them. And now it's going to be all up to Gouken, the god tier sniper from the Brazil. Again, it's 4 Filipino players, just fears nobody else, and now Lloyd just immediately just quick scoops him and gets 1 more on the board for Stallions. I believe that this is going to be very, very, very tough for Liquid now.
Yeah, looking good. Stallions looking good. And just able to stay in there, you know what I mean? Team Liquid are getting sporadic rounds. There's not enough stringing together, not enough momentum from them at all to feel like they are in control of the game. And that's always going to be a pretty big deal. Again, as we say, against Stallions, feels like an even bigger deal. So Stallions looking good here. Felt like we were maybe going to get the marquee matchup. It's still pretty close. Still could go either way. But it does feel like, as you're saying, Stallions giving themselves a good foundation going into their blacklist side. Nice little contact out on towards A. That finds the first. It's pretty cheeky. Some good nades as well. A lot of damage coming in towards middle. Goken with the hold. Yeah, brilliant round here from Team Liquid. Really well put together. Some fresh ideas. And it works super, super successfully. No and Jay looking for a way back in, but it does not seem like it's going to happen.
I mean, it is a much needed round for Liquid because otherwise it's going to be one-sided game on the blacklist side. Now, Stallions, I think they did their best on just having 5 rounds on the global side. Now they're going to be switching to their favorite side because I believe they picked sub-base because of the blacklist side. How good they play this side and how well organized these guys are. But still, they are playing versus Liquid. They're playing versus one of the best Brazilians team, the second seed, the first seed on Season 1. So now they should be having some troubles as well, just fighting through Goken, just fighting through 77, because this guy is also having a very big tournament and one of his best days as well today, because you would usually see him fragging that much on this tournament, and now Stallions gonna be trying to shuffle their papers and try to dodge both players. Goken, 77, they are all trying their best to put Liquid ahead.
Yeah, if they can. We are going to see. It was it's ADRF here. You know, you picked him up yesterday as a bit more of a recent addition and hoping to change things up. Looks really good domestically, but he has been quiet, let's say, across the course of the EWC Championship here. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
Oh. All right. He needs to step up then, because we said that 77, he's not having the best day. He's then 9 kills, and then we stopped talking about him, and he has 5 deaths now, so he didn't get any kills since then, and now...
Been a while.
Well, but he's switching to sniper rifle. As we can see, they're playing 2 snipers, 2 TRGs from the side of Liquid. 77 and Goken, both of them are locking down sides. Goken is just locking down A side, and 77 is just watching B connector, killing the first entry, and this is the hardest you can face if you are pushing from BC. And now you're seeing Stallions, they're preparing for an A push with the flash, smokes, nades, and look at that, 2 players only pushing, and now KLB just immediately destroys WI, and it is a 5v3 because only Goken down is trying his best, and he gets the double, the cold shot, and he misses, and KLB is still whiffing and whiffing on him, and finally, in the end, it's a 2-on-2 after a 5v3, just Goken holds on.
Into the 2-on-2. Taking a little bit of time to get here, Team Liquid. And a great angle for No to just stop them in their tracks. ADRF goes in first, goes down too easily, and No will get both. They weren't ready for him on that angle. A big find from him, as Stallions will win kind of a key 50-50 there in the 2 versus 2, making it look easy at the end. They retain their lead. They're starting to edge ever closer to that number 10, but a good keen start from them in the second half here.
I mean, Stallions, if you looked how they pushed this side, they only pushed with 2 players. This was so worrying for me, but then suddenly it turned out to be very good because the other players just arrived very quickly, and also they cut the rotations from Cage, and so it was a perfect round from them. Everything is well executed, well organized. These guys done their homework yesterday of watching Liquid probably through their local tournaments, and now they know how Liquid is playing. Liquid is usually relying on the rotations from Cage. That's why they put 2 players cutting the rotations from Cage, from Vance, from BC. Usually you would put someone just trying to waste some time, and it is exactly what happened and worked out very well for Stallions. Now they're up 2 rounds, 6-4, and they're still starting their blacklist side again with an A side push.
WY in the key spot here does get taken down. Goken's still alive, though. He's able to chime in, take down a mid player. Loy flying in, nearly the double from him. Not quite enough, though. Danimal's left very low after that exchange. They're going to get the C4 down. He's just about able to survive the nades. So, yes, 3 versus 3 on paper. I mean, it could swing either way. We've got chunks taken out of the Stallions guys as well. So, blacklist side just looking to hold on to this site as best they possibly can. KLB nice and confident on a headshot angle here, trying to find those first kills as they entry into the bomb site. Flash comes round, he avoids it, and he will indeed strike for 2. 7-7. that supportive element with the nades from behind. Looking for a sniper angle. It never happens for him, and now he's too far away, right? Not enough time to get the defuse in. They'll track him down. KLB gets it all done. 3-piece for him in the end. He's on his feet. He's feeling good. And Stallions with another round.
We might be seeing the tactical timeout right now from Liquid. As we can see, the players' hands are off their keyboard, and now they're going to be trying to talk, trying to think what is going wrong with them. I mean, they only played 2 rounds and they only pushed aside. I don't think anything is going wrong except that Stallions are so good on sub-base and they picked the right map for them, and now they're probably going to be trying to, let's say, try to play more aggressive, because I know that if Liquid leaves the woods open for Stallions, it's going to be troubles on my side. If they leave the machine open for Stallions, it's going to be also troubles on B side. So they need to be taking one of those angles and try to fight for the other. Probably just gives a retake, gives some kind of hope for themselves. Other than that, because Liquid is just playing super passive, Gukin is just unleashing himself only on it down. And yet 77 is just doing a retakes. You need to put this guy in one of the angles that they're going to be pushing. You need to put him more aggressive. Just give him a rifle and let him unleash himself.
Absolutely. These things need to be hopefully relayed in the tactical timeout, but difficult to figure out. Not a lot of time, right? You've just really got to try and pull the team together. Can they hold on the GR side? Yeah, Liquid's key a little under threat, not massively just yet, as of course they will still have some room, but this is a key game. You want to get in there early, don't you? You know, when you're looking down the barrel of the playoffs, you want to get in there as quick as possible.
Yeah. Now they're back. Let's see what Liquid would change in the playstyle right now, because we're seeing the same setup. It's just a stack around beside, and immediately Gukin just gets killed in the beginning of the round, and now they're going to be playing this round after the tactical timeout with mans down. And guess who's down? It is Gukin, the guy that can carry his team, and now he's left. 77 needs to fill his position, and exactly that's what he did. He moved to cage because he needs to be looking at these areas. The stack around quad boxes, they expected Stallions to be going a fast B-side push because this is one of the rounds, but it didn't turn out to be this time, and now Stallions just swing woods to get the red out of Gukin. And yes, as you took your tactical timeout, Tanks as well took his time to talk with the boys and just tell them to go swing and get Gukin out of the picture just early on this round.
Yeah, I mean, it was double sniper. I think that was kind of the very core of the idea from Team Liquid, so to immediately get rid of that is really quite solid. However, they will walk into the trap ever so slightly. 7-7 over here as well. Always confident, always able to deliver. Can he do so in this moment? Pistol comes out, brings it down to just 2 now of the Stallions. Drop that C4 as well, and he'll keep on going. 7-7 with some huge finds to keep Liquid's dream alive here. A huge, huge find.
I mean, if you watch how they played this round, they played the double A-top setup, the Chinese setup that we've talked about yesterday. They still did it again, and just we've seen the Brazilians just usually using this setup when their numbers down and they're having troubles just defending a side, and this is exactly what they did. They had a fast rotation. This setup is actually all on fast rotation. If you're playing 2 top and just leaving A side completely open, as you can see, it is a fast rotation, fast retake setup. If you go to B side, you have 2 players immediately just following into you, and if you are having an A side push, you can immediately do some nades, some stacks, some flashes, and do a retake into the side. Well played by Liquid, changing the pace of the game, and finally they got 1 round on the board on the global side. Now they need to stack few more in order for them to get into that draw between them 7.
Pretty key round here. Stallions need to make sure that it's just the 1 round for Liquid. And Stallions can't lose sight of the finish line. Not quite on the horizon. Couple more rounds. If they can get them nice and early, nice and easily, it would be a really big deal. Danimals at the bottom of the stairs here. Oh, up for the double. Beautiful spray transfer from him.
Ooh, the C4 is here as well.
Yeah, I know. It's really not a good start. He's in an advanced position. They were not ready. Goken's coming in towards middle to make sure that it's all locked in. And just KLP to get it done. And he cannot find anything. A flawless round from Team Liquid to follow up really quite a big deal. Timeout now for the Stallions. It's getting dicey. It is getting dicey.
I mean, this is like what you expected to see after the timeout, and now it is time for Stallions to be talking about few changes. They had a 7-4 lead. It's down to only one round lead between both those. You need to be changing a few things. We've seen the aggressive pushes from them is not working out very well right now because they put the snipers in the positions where they can get multiple kills and frags, and Gukin is just insane out of his world right now. As I know that he got eliminated early on the first round after the tactical timeout, but now he changed his play style, he changed his position, and he got multiple frags, and the animals as well is very good on holding it down. Stallions needs to change. Stallions needs to go through a B. They need to use B connector. They need to use defense more. Yes, they put one guy only. They probably, if they put 3 guys or 2 guys and just jumping into a top, gonna be countering the stretches coming out from Liquid. Stallions only showed us an A side push, and this is exactly how Stallions play, by the way. We know that they know have variety of pushing aside, but I believe that Liquid are now kinda having the let's say the counter strategies for this. So Stallions needs to switch, they need to flex other rounds, and I guess Liquid is gonna be expecting this as well, because if A down pushes are not working, if Woods pushing are not working, you're gonna be going to B side. So probably you're gonna be seeing a stack into quad boxes from Liquid back again, as we've seen from them after the pause, and maybe Stallions might fall for this trap if they change their playstyle immediately after the tactical timeout. Because sometimes when we play Crossfire, we just say that the adaptation is going to be starting from the round after the tactical pause, because the enemy team is going to be expecting.
Time to find out. Big timeout coming in. Stallions losing some of their steam, hoping to get it back. Some of the magic of the defensive side seems to be missing. And we moved on to the blacklist side. I was expecting big things. You know, you bigged them up. You said they'd be very capable here. Teams learning from them even. Well, maybe learning a bit too much, and Stallions now having to reevaluate, reassess, be less predictable. For triple nade stack, it's a nice idea. No one there, though, on the end of it, but I do like the thought. Maybe pull it out in a future round. Either way, they were trying to really force that first kill to go their way. Just hasn't been the case here. So they have to back off. They have to look elsewhere to create this round.
Exactly, and we are seeing now Stallions, as we mentioned, they tried to leave a bit onto the A side, and now Liquid kind of just overthink this round and they played their minds. And they stacked it down, and Stallions, they changed the pace a bit. They want to be going through this B side. They want to be testing ADRF. Of course, he's having a 3-10. That means that it is not his best day, so you need to be testing out him afterwards. And then Stallions suddenly just wants to go to a side where 2 players from Liquid are there. It is WY and Gukin to defend this side, but WY just got an information and he knows everybody where they are, and now KLP is just trying to fake into a side, and the push are already he's already going onto a side, and KLB is the only guy to get the kills, and oh, immediately just trades back on Gukin. WY just leaves with 16 HP back to Spiral Stairs, and he's like giving the hardest information for his teammates, because he's saying that I'm very low and it is an A side push. Now Liquid gonna be having a troubles of retaking 2 areas. They need to retake A top from NO, and they need to retake also a side, but NO just stays behind the box unchecked from 77 on W1, and he's only a DRF left alone. 3-10 just to make it 6-10 if he wants to put his team on board, but NO just gets the red out of him, and now KLB is just yelling back again to Liquid, and they are back on board after the tactical timeout.
Yeah, which is always big. I think, you know, you take that timeout, they're quite lengthy in this game as well, so you have a lot of time to really figure out what you want to do, especially if you're trying to build a round from scratch. So you need to find success with them. If it goes south after a timeout, we saw it a lot yesterday, the game just doesn't get going, does it? You feel so demoralized, you feel like you are really stuck for ideas, so the fact that Stallions have managed to make it work is a big, big deal. 2 more to go. Getting ever closer. TL will come out with the double snipers again, looking to try and find an early pickup. And Danimal's in that same spot that he was in a few rounds ago, had great success from here. So feeling confident for more of the same. They go for the triple nades once again. I mean, there'll be someone there eventually if you keep doing it, but maybe it will be figured out. Nonetheless, they're able to make their way in towards B. Both snipers are around, though. And they lock them out for now. A quick 5 versus 3 ensuing. Make it 2. Team Liquid holding off. Looking good.
Indeed, Goken. This guy is just insane right now. 14 kills on sub-base versus Stallions is just big numbers with the rifle, sniper rifle, because usually Stallions don't give you a chance to retrade. Yes, if you get 1 kill, immediately you're just gonna collapse on you, but now he's getting the multi-frags needed, and look at Liquid, he's just taking everywhere, leaving no gap for these guys, leaving no chance for them to flip the script and get the round. Giant KLP in a very tough situation, 2v5, to get Stallions into the 9th, which I doubt is going to be there because Danimals, look at Danimals as well. He's just getting information. He got all the info needed for himself. And he puts his team into where could be these guys. The flashes are ready. And Danimals is ready for the push. We've seen him doubling down 2 players. But look at WY just immediately get wiped out by Jai. He's very, very low HP. Danimals just need to hit 1 bullet on Jai. And he gets it. And immediately just KLP is on a 1v3. If anybody can make it, it is going to be this guy.
Slow game, though. Oh, and he eats a nade. So the optics not looking good here. Flash is also pretty effective. He'll take the peak, but he's traded immediately. I think that's probably the best he could have done, given the situation. So Team Liquid with a response. Staying close here, Penguin. It really is difficult to split these two teams as Stallions. They can now see that finish line, but Team Liquid holding them back as best they can with the 7th round.
I mean, Liquid are doing very good in my opinion. I expected a bit of Stallion one-sided half. Not a game, but a half, because we know how good Stallions are on the Blacklist side, but still, they are relying on their A pushes. And every time it's not working out very well for them. Especially after how changed Liquid did on a side. They stacked, they put a rifle, they put a sniper, and then they're just looking into one more cage stack. Gulken behind this smoke is just trying to find anybody, just oversteps from the doors. Trying to be very, very sneaky after that, and then still ADRF, we are looking at him and he's not performing very well, and the guy is not tested at all. The Stallions are still want to be going to down. They don't want to be trying to contest this guy, and Goken almost quick scooped 1 guy behind the smoke. Just pre-firing him, and still minute and 25 seconds on the clock, and Stallions are nowhere to be close any of these sites. We're seeing the C4 is just trying to move around the cage. Probably it's going to be a B crush because we are seeing 1 guy on machine, 1 guy trying to make some noise on BC, and the C4 is going to be followed into the guy with machine. So it's going to be 2-on-1, 2-on-2, not 2-on-1. It's going to be 2-on-2. Yes, exactly. And it's going to be throw B side with a fake onto a side.
Not biting, though. I mean, they're keeping the defense on B for the most part. Maybe able to split them, though. Just got to check the angles. They're really convinced that someone's playing that right-hand side. Not going to be the case. It's a mess over here. Just about able to even up the numbers, take control of B, but an overstep from Jay. Gets a little aggressive there, doesn't he? Bit too far forward. Will go down. WY with a key find. And it's all on to know here. He's having a great game. 21 kills to his name. Looking for just 3 more. In a very, very important round here. The nade gets the job done, softens up another, and suddenly he is in the 1 versus 1. Danimals is the only one to stop him. He's been spotted now as well. No looks good. The headshot lands. And Stallions with a 9th, the 1v3 out of nowhere.
I mean, if this guy is just clutching like this, just getting these kills, I guess Liquid are now mentally destroyed, and they need to be having a relief after this round. A 1v3 from him, a nade kill, and then followed by 2 double kills.
Yeah,
that's insane from him.
Unbelievable, you might say. Goken opens here. Loy looking to get caught, and he does. Team Liquid are not happy. Back with a vengeance into around 17, trying to extend play here if they can. Looking likely in this round 5 versus 3. They've got the C4 as well. Yeah, didn't notice that until now. really big finds there for. And Stallions are way out of position. Really trying to find a way back in here if they can. Slow going. As they're sort of, you know, trying to confuse things. Not go straight towards that C4. Animals to go down. Nice clean kill. Makes you worry ever so slightly. Smoke comes in. They'll opt to push through it. WY the next. Port of defense. Oh no. Oh no. They're doing it. They're taking the kills where they need them. Trade is there onto ADRF. It's all on Goken. He opened this round. And somehow they're getting away with this. No up to 26. I mean, if he is in proceedings, there's always a chance. Goken to save the day. He's got a clutch up against 2. Moves around here. He's tracking them. He has maybe let them slip by. He's not quite sure. He's not quite sure. Oh, no. Goken maybe going to get backstabbed a little bit here. He has missed the timing completely, Penguin.
It's unlucky for him, man. I mean, he was checking and then suddenly these guys just cross. And they think they're not going to hunt for the kill. You're just going to drop the C4 down and hope for the best on their post plant. And now Goken thinks it's an A side because he just came from B side. He's just got bamboozled by them.
That's awful. That's really rough. And it's obviously going to buy a lot of time. Maybe becomes a very different looking post plant now for the Blacklist hold. He's out with the pistol. He's just got to try and get in there and hope that he can overwhelm, hope that he can find the headshots. Been spotted out now, of course. Patient game. KLB will take him down. Stallions to do it. The 5 versus 3. The 5 versus 3 Liquid will look back on that with a heavy, heavy heart. A really, really key round that got away from them. But Stallions, a fantastic game. There were some hiccups. There was some slowdown. But they were in control the whole way through. Only by a couple of rounds at a time, but still able to just hold on to that lead the entire time. 2
of these rounds are clutches. We've seen a 1v3 from No. We've seen a 5v3 from the guys. Let me tell you that this 1v3 just pushed, I mean, Liquid into some kind of madness round, which made them just push immediately to Machine. They push Woods. They tried to gain back their confidence. Exactly, they got 2 kills and then suddenly just crushed by 3 players from Stallions.
The 1v3 should have never happened. Let's be completely honest. When that happened, I was like, all right, yeah, this game's chalk. This one's done.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they'll look back at that. And as you were saying, Scriv, without it, this could have been an entirely different game. Maybe we go to overtime as well. Yeah. It felt like they dropped the ball a little bit. But, you know, you have to move into map 2 and hope that you can just kind of forget about that one. It's a difficult round to forget about, though, isn't it?
No, it is true. It is true. I think, as we alluded to a lot, you may be prepared for Stallions, you know, on this map. Sub-base is going to be a really, really confident one for them. But all the same, Liquid, it felt like they were just very close all the time, not quite able, you know, to take the lead, not quite able. And then there was those, key rounds in there where they should have done it, where they should have snatched control, and they let it slip through their fingers. So they really only have themselves to blame, and nobody else is going to know that better than them.
No one else is going to know it better than No, right? No was constantly on the kill feed, constantly putting kills on the board for the team, and in the end put up, what, 20 plus frags for the roster? I mean, I think if you've got someone playing that way, you're going to be feeling very confident.
Yeah, that's their captain. I mean, that's their guy that always flips the script for them. And this 1v3, I was about to say it's doable because 2 players are very low HP, and then he tosses the nade, kills one, makes the other very, very low HP, and then Danimal suddenly finding himself in front of a guy who just killed 2 players, having very much confidence in himself, and just got 1 tapped. So, I mean, this guy just flipped the game for them. I believe that, as Chris said, if this round went for Liquid, we could have went to overtime or probably just a win for Liquid.
I mean, it's always easy to say when it's a 1v3 it shouldn't happen, Scriv, but was there anything they could have done differently in that 3 versus 1? Because they were kind of stuck in the room. The nade really hurt them as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's also kind of getting the onus, getting the speed in there, you know, to just make sure that you are not allowing this guy to isolate fights, not allowing him to direct things. And that also, I think it's quite nice because you can extrapolate that to the whole map. It just felt like Stallions were mostly able to direct, and a lot of the Team Liquid rounds were off the back of an early pick that they would then try and convert. There wasn't a lot of X factor to them. It was maybe just right place, right time, more the Stallions making a few early mistakes that, you know, cost them their own rounds.
Maybe it was a little closer than I expected it to be, considering how much everyone's
fair.
talking about Stallions as well. I thought that this was going to be one-sided, but the reaction from Stallions, I think, said it all. They know how close this game was. They know Liquid came to play, but now they get that first map on the board here with a 10-7 victory in the end. But a little bit too close for comfort as they move into map 2. I'm sure they're going to be hoping this one is a little bit more comfortable for them. No was the standout player, of course, 26-9, which is just a ridiculous statistic. Do you think that now they'll take this momentum and carry it through to a 2-0 here?
I mean, they should, because that's why they picked sub base, because they know that they have high chances of winning sub base versus Liquid, so they need to take this momentum into new compound. Yes, I know that maybe Stallions, they went so overexcited because they won the first map, but they still have to go through new compound via 77, Goken, 2 sniper setups, so it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, new compound coming up next. But before that, we're going to jump away. We're going to step away. We're going to have a little bit of a break. Go grab yourself a cup of tea, some water, stay hydrated, and we'll be right back after this.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Did you grab a cup of tea? English breakfast? I hope, Scriv, I know you're an English breakfast man, aren't you?
Absolutely.
What's your tea of choice, Penguin?
Black coffee.
Black, that's not tea. That
I
is
don't
not
drink
tea.
any
You have
tea.
just avoided the question and you've gone for coffee
Because I
instead.
don't drink any tea.
That is a
Just
man.
black coffee.
He knows his caffeine, right?
Yeah.
He just wants to get his fix. All right, and I want to get my fix of some CROSSFIRE. Welcome back, everyone. We are moving into map 2 now between two giants. We have Liquid and we have Stallions at the moment. Stallions have taken a 1-0 lead against Liquid here, which I guess was the expected. We thought the Stallions would be the better team, but it was far closer than expected. Now going into map 2. Talk to me, Scriv. Give me some hope. Are we going to map 3? Do you think this is going to be all Stallions instead?
I mean, I'm a little bit worried. I am a little bit worried. I think that Team Liquid, obviously, it's going to be tough. There were the big moments in there, the big rounds they lost, so we have the morale conversation, but also just the fact that this new compound, it kind of comes in as a slight curveball, and I think that there is definitely a chance that Liquid are not going to be as clean, as prepared as they wanted to be. And I think the Stallions look good. There wasn't enough fragging power for me on that Liquid side in that game. So yeah, I think this is Stallions all the way now.
Does New Compound lean towards a Stallions gameplay for you, Penguin?
I mean, it leans towards Liquid because they have the double sniper setup, they have 77, and they have also Gokin, so they know how to defend on this map. But I think they picked it for a reason, so I think still Liquid, they have the chances. How good they played also on subbase, I thought it's going to be 10-4, 10-5. But it was very close. I would say that it could have gone into 10-8, so I think Liquid still have the chances.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the battle cry that was coming from the stage, but it's time to get into map number 2. Our casters are Scriv and Penguin. Enjoy this one, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. My first time, actually, Penguin, doing the new compound, so that'll be fun. I think it should be a pretty interesting map here, of course. But yeah, curious to know what has been talked about in between. Liquid looking to put their best foot forward. WY charging up and leading the battle proceedings here to kick things off, trying to get in towards B, trying to be a nuisance, but also quite a distraction that he is causing over here.
I mean, always we're going to be seeing fights onto this bigger mini, but KLB just grabs the first. WI, the first one to fall. Nobody was close to kind of just trade or try to recontrol, but this guy is just insane. ADRF just gets picked off as well, and Stallions, they find themselves 2-man ahead. And let me tell you that Stallions, they picked Global Risk on this map, so if they have a very good first half, they must just end it.
Not start off well for Team Liquid yet to get a kill in this round, despite trying to take control of things, being the first in there. Gokin will be all alone at the back of the site. He does have the C4. That's kind of the only thing that he has in his favor here. Hoping that there is an over-aggressive contingent of players for Stallions that he can catch off guard. But not looking too likely. Moving into the last minute now as he stands back. What are the plans? What are the ideas that he might be coming up with? I think he's just trying to be annoying in the early stages, you know, really make them work for it and find that final kill. A lot of an opportunity to talk things over into the next round as well. Gokin will go down, the inevitable, a flawless one to kick things off again for Stallions. So it's going to be immediately another uphill battle for the side of Liquid.
I mean, again, a flawless round in the first round. We've seen this on subbase, but this time we've seen Stallions took some damage. The first one on subbase, they didn't even get any damage, and now the fight through the mid containers. ADRF is just trying to recontrol this area. Trying to keep the control actually for his teammates, because last time they went to big and mini control, it was not the best at all in my opinion. And it was a 1-by-1 solo control, and now they're grabbing 3 players, leaving the C4 behind. And just putting WI with at least 2 more players, so they can trade him when the control is going. The big is for Liquid right now, and the mini is just being controlled by Stallions. This mini box room area is just where all the fights is going to be, because this is one of the crucial spots that we talked about yesterday, and usually the teams are fighting for this area, because if nobody's around this area, they're going to be stacking in a site, and it's going to be very, very tough for you to push into a site with a big stack. And B-site is usually the side that if you took B-site and you planted the C4, it's just completely done for you. You won the round.
Just waiting here for these smokes to dissipate, and then potentially looking to make a play out towards B. Stallions, no chances taken, no aggression to contend with this time around. We do have decent info outside of A. Set up and ready for B. Moving into the servers here. Slow going from Liquid, though. They've been sat out there for a little while. They've been spotted nice and early into proceedings as well. The flash gets the entire team. That'll buy even more time. Smoke coming in, try and cut off the rotation. But they are yet to move. Team Liquid been building this one up for a little while. They'll start bursting forwards and try and just find the heads as best they can. Jay's still alive, though, and he comes away with 3. It's a big, big deal. KLP traded out by the sniper. There wasn't enough support on the site initially. Jay does his best, but it's not enough.
I mean, this round, what happened is that Liquid, they faked pushing first. So all of the Stallions B defenders just throw their flashes, and they had to go, let's say, through a dry round. They didn't have any flashes, they didn't have any smokes, they have no utilities, so they just tried to go one by one trade. Just Joyce, as you mentioned, he tried to go very hot in this round, getting 3 kills, and then Go can just immediately just finish this round into their favor. And Liquid first on the board on the blacklist side is very good signs for them and makes them at least having some size of hope, because Stallions, the way they started this round, this game, was very strong. They killed everybody. It was a flawless round. It was a pick by pick. It was a solo control from Liquid. I was expecting more organized control, and this is exactly what we've seen from them on the next round. Probably the first round was just, hey, let's test waters. Let's just check how these guys are playing on the big and mini. And the second one was the complete strategy that they did, and it worked out very, very well for them.
Yeah, a little bit of a technical pause here, I believe. So hopefully not waiting too long on that one for you guys, but just keep you updated. All the same, comes an inopportune moment. I, for one, I think as a competitor, would not be a fan of the early pause. Just want to get into it, get warm. But I don't know that there's any time for an unexpected pause that feels good. All the same, looking to try and find which team is going to have that hot hand moving into things. Stallions, they get the first look at the logo. There's the big man, of course. Absolutely crazy numbers. Hoping to get a little bit more of that here on New Compound.
Yeah. And still, I'm trying to check what is going on with this technical. It was, I guess, one of the players was pointing to his headset, I believe. So maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Certainly. We'll get back in when we can, I'm sure. But a pretty big game here, of course. You know, you want to be hitting the qualification and avoiding that lower bracket, avoiding that elimination. Playoffs, I think, is for these two teams here as well. Just the general expectation. Liquid missing out on it last year a little. They were very, very close, but didn't quite make it. And I think that they will be disappointed with that. You know, you have a few ex-world champs and stuff on this team. So they at least want to say that they left a piece themselves. They were in the playoffs. They played one of the big boys, or they played the eventual winner, whatever the, you know, bragging rights you may need. I think a very, very big game in that sense is often where teams can crack under the pressure. That looks like a good sign, doesn't it? Little fist bump. Here we go. Back into the action. As the slowdown, is it going to benefit to have some time to think? Maybe, maybe not. All depends. I love the psychology of the game. It's something I really do get into. Of course, Loy getting aggressive to start things. And he will go down very early. It's a classic. You take a long time out, you just get straight in there, hope to catch them off, but it doesn't work here.
Yeah, I mean, Lloyd just lost his life. It was a 3-man push into the A long, and they just do to control. But look at this, Stallions, they're trying to reclaim this area. It is so deep from them, and now NO just finally gets WI, but at what costs? NO just lost almost 60 HP. And now they're gonna be fighting through this, but Danimals just falls to no one. He just loses his life into a 1-man bullet and gets them back into a 3-on-3 after the numbers advantage that Liquid had. It was a 5v3, and now they are back on action because of this guy. This Wonder Kid is just making numbers for his teammates.
3-on-3. Key round here to be getting in the bag. Team Liquid taking it slowly, moving out towards A, clearing every angle they possibly can. Making sure nobody is hiding around. There is a good defense over on A because we've got all this information from No. So KLP going to be ready. KLB, looking to back him up, but he's doubting. He's maybe moved back towards B, and yeah, it's a little confusing. They don't rightly know what's going on. KLP, though, he's quick with it. He will lose his head on the second time of asking. Maybe would have preferred to see him stay alive there. There's a flank that comes round, able to get one. Gokun moving aggressively to try and get this kill. Sniper out for KLB, pistol out as well. He's swapping all the guns, and he will eventually look for a reposition here. With very little time remaining, but Gokun gets the drop on him. And a big clutch coming in, as it will be Team Liquid moving up to a second.
I mean, this guy just Gokun every time. There's more pressure on his shoulders. I mean, he just delivers and immediately just clutches 2 rounds. By the way, the last 2 rounds for Liquid were Gokun shots, and now he just gets that drop shot onto that. And he's replying to the AL probably from Stallions because he's probably getting more mad, and now KLB just whiffs the shot, but Chai just immediately just backs him up with 2 kills, and now... I mean, ADRF is not having the best, but WY is trying his best, he's swinging, he's doing everything, but this guy needs to... I talked about 77 and Gokun double sniper setups on Liquid, and we need to talk about this. KLB, KLP, and also sometimes Loy is having his sniper, so I think they are still getting matched by those players.
Yeah. Certainly in agreement. And again, it is just going to be so very back and forth between these teams. I think that, as we've talked about, very, very evenly matched. So the rounds will keep swinging. Get used to this. C4 not quite sure where it wants to go at this point, as they have hit a slowdown on the TL side of things. Of course, you would expect that. 2 men down, looking for a cheeky opportunity if it presents. But easier said than done at this stage on this map as well, right? Like, trying to get back into a round is really quite tough on the Blacklist side. KLP with a spot. No kills coming off just yet, though. Still in this 4-on-2. That's maybe what they were looking for. A double push here. No will bail on it and manages to survive. Oh, it's getting very disjointed here. Loyal come in late. He baited his teammates out, and he will find success. God, that looked really tense. They weren't quite sure. Are we going? Are we running away? But it works out in the end.
I mean, they were about to flip it because I've seen how good Stallions are on defending onto this B side, and then suddenly just Liquid changed the pace, goes to mid, try to find some kills, and exactly what they did. But now we are seeing Liquid trying to recontrol the map. They will try to recontrol this area because Jay just playing aggressive, and ADRF finally just finds the first kill and gets his team the numbers advantage needed. Stallions are kinda just pushed. If you look at that, you just have the B pillars, have the B connector. You probably have also an early information on A-Long. Just one guy playing deep on A side, just leaving completely the mid and B side open. You're just risking and gambling the push where Liquid gonna be going, and I still think it's gonna be very good because if they push into a side, these guys can just immediately rotate and then have a backstab into them, but know that plans are changed and all of Liquid players are going onto the side.
No, blinded off, but he's able to spam away. Just got in the corner in time. Picks up 3. Absolute insanity. It's all going to be down to Gokun here, who has responded with 2 quick kills, but it's not enough for him. No, with a huge moment. And I thought that was risky, but he just manages to creep into that corner unseen. Half a second later, and he's a goner. Absolutely massive, and if he can get going again, Team Liquid will have a real problem. 3rd round for Stallions as we now hit 3-2. Still just a slim lead. KLB to open, though. Stallions looking to extend that lead here in round 6.
And guess who is the one to fall? It's Gokun, just followed by the Animals. The AG.AL, the brain of Team Liquid, just falls, and Stallions are getting under the skins. You can tell from the pre-fires, you can tell from the yell, you can tell from the shooting on the dead bodies, and now Stallions are winning the mental game slowly but surely. These guys are getting under the skins, and now KLB is just having a big blast on this side. 1 more kill, WI just to fall, ADRF is to trade, and 2-on-4. Just make it a 1-on-4, and now it is gonna be their time for a tactical timeout. Stallions are just running the map.
Yeah, really nice round. Great response. As you say, the whole energy just lifted by that insane individual moment. And they look to keep that trend going. Timeout called in the middle of that one. So we obviously have Team Liquid trying to stem the bleeding. And they can feel things getting out of hand. They can feel the mental just dropping immediately. Get some voices going. Hopefully try and come back into it. Stallions, meanwhile, there's a few happy faces over here. They just want to keep it all the same. No need to change things up. It's all going rather well so far.
I've seen ADRF is just quite, not only in game, but also outside the game. If you just watch him, probably he's just not having the best days right now. Now we can see Liquid players they're just trying to talk, they're just trying to calm down. I believe that this tactical timeout is just needed for them, because we've seen Stallions, they were just unleashing themselves, having a lot of confidence, and they're just building this confidence into rounds and just destroying Liquid on their pushes. And I know that Liquid, they are on the hardest side on this map, but there should be a slight change in the playstyle that can secure more rounds for them, because I believe that both of the rounds were clutches from Gokun. If Gokun lost 2 clutches, it could have been 6-0 right now for Stallions, because 2 wins, 2 clutches is not the thing that you'll be looking for. There is no dominant win, let's say, or a dominant round from Liquid we've seen from them. Usually it is all the way to Stallions. That's
you
why
rely on some luck, which I think there is a sprinkling of. You know, players won't admit that there's necessarily luck involved in these games, but there is at times. And indeed, the clutches, there's often an element of that goes in your favor. Loving the camera. Just kind of paying a lot of attention to him, to be fair. He's probably getting nervous now. Team Liquid on the other side of things. Not quite as energetic, is it? We're obviously hoping to bounce back. We stretch into a little tech here, I think, once again with the headsets. So fingers crossed, not too long for you guys. As I think this one is just starting to heat up, and we're going to get that question answered. You know, are Stallions going to find a dominant first half? Are they going to be in the seemingly unassailable position? Yeah. Or will Liquid stay close as they have all series long? Will they ever gain a lead? Will they ever take control? And will they threaten that third map? Only time going to tell on this one, Penguin.
Yeah, Stallions might be the first team to be locked into the playoffs on B-Stream. If they manage to close this map, I mean, they're playing very good so far. Yes, we've seen them on sub-base, but we expect them on sub-base to be pretty much dominant on this map. Usually that it used to be one of their best, and we've seen them just having an undefeated runs on sub-base, and now they're going to be elevating this and taking this into the next maps. And New Compound is one. They're having a 4-on-2 lead. 2 rounds lead right now on the global side. Liquid needs at least 2 more rounds for them to secure, to be able to get close to them on the switch after the switch into Blacklist side.
Ooh, nice little trade there. We'll keep the pace up for Liquid if they choose, but they'll just take the trade. They don't rightly know what's behind it. Meanwhile, Stallions with a very, very, very fast rotation towards B off the back of that. So we'll find out. Could get a little weird here. Gokun is having a look down the A-long, but not too much to spot. So maybe they will go in towards B. It's a deep position for KLB. Gets a smoke down as well. Deciding where he wants to go, having a little look around. How does he want to play it? Oh, nearly caught off, but he is able to get away. Drops a flash down to give him that space, but confirms the location of a couple players. And as the clock starts to wind down, maybe the entire team, if they try and guess correctly, KLB here with that sniper in kind of an unorthodox position for it. You've also got KLP. You know, bear with me now. But they're both on the snipers. They're both looking good. So this could be really, really dangerous trying to entry into this B site.
I mean, we've seen Liquid when they did. It was a bit shaky, yes, but Gokun just clutched this round, and Jay just got 3 in a row. Now he's not in the picture, so it needs to be KLP. But look at Loy already again creeping behind him, but the leg shot from KLP, just Danimals eliminate KLP, and just stretch for one, and Danimals gets the kill, and it's only Loy who misses, and with some Gokins called, who flicks and gets the kill. And now Liquid, after the attack timeout, we've seen a cleaner execution, and this is one of the cleanest rounds for them.
Yeah.
It is not a 1v1, it is not a clutch, it's just a classic 4v1, and they get the round. Although it started very, very shaky and very slow.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, the early pick, that's going to mess you up a little bit. But it also felt like Stallions were in a very good spot to defend against what was coming. And they just did not deliver. So Team Liquid are going to feel confident for that. Spam through is successful.
On small.
Yeah, really, really big find there from No. Completely untraded. And he could be anywhere now. So that's a perfect start for Stallions.
Into the smoke. This guy is having a smoke in his face, and now he gets one kill, and just puts his team in a big numbers advantage in this round. But look at this stack onto mid from Team Liquid. They are trying to push through mid. We can hear the information. ADRF already just tucked in through beside. KLB is just in a very tough situation. He cannot get any kill. Jay and KLB, the B defenders just to fall. Gulkin just to open, and Team Liquid again, they are on beside.
Yeah, looking good once again to hold on to this. The blacklist post plan. Lloyd got to find that, and he doesn't. He takes a lot of damage, actually. Nate goes in, doesn't follow up. There's a lot of low HP bars for TL, in all fairness. But you look at these M4s, they're not super healthy themselves. So we'll see how it goes down. Stallions charging in. KLP to find one No as well. It's a missed shot from Goku. He gets the pistol out. The trades are there. KLP to spin around. And Goku run out of ammo. KLP clutches it up in the end. It was tight. It was close to Stallions. A hard site to retake. A man down. Unhealthy. And they get it done.
I mean, I just told you that if you got beside, it's just round over for you, but this is not for Stallions, because this guy, and this is the difference between if you're playing with USP and when you're playing with Colt. Yes, Colt gives more damage, but USP have more ammo. And this is exactly what is needed for KLP just to secure this round. Another clutch for Stallions, and now the push from Liquid. They always face the clutches with aggressive rounds, aggressive pushes, but KLP just puts a shutdown into the ADRF and keeping the size and hopes alive for Stallions. I mean, Stallions, they sometimes fall shortly at the beginning of the round, and sometimes they are very strong at the beginning of the round. But what I'm sure is that if it goes to lower time, let's say that's lower 1 minute, Stallions definitely going to be having a lurk, going to be having a push, they're going to be just grabbing information, just pushing an intel. That gives them an advantage throughout the rest of this round.
Try an A instead. Jay is here, first line of defense. Kind of has to go massive. Oh, and they look to move away. They're trying to grab some information towards middle. That timing's pretty good on it, though. Jay's still able to get back. Ready for this hit. As they just see if there's a lurker coming in. Oh, goodness, they're doing it again. KLP with that sniper. It was just that quick little look out towards mid to see if there was anything coming. Gives them a good idea where they can put their resources. Goken finds himself alone here against 3. At one time, that felt pretty good. Now it feels like an insurmountable task. Taking his time on it. C4 right in front of him, hoping there's an overstep, but I don't think it's coming. They've got this round in the bag. Number 6 should be done here for Stallions unless they mess this one up.
I mean, Liquid, Compound overall is not their map on EWC, because we've seen also Liquid just played versus Rocky Sports last time.
Yeah.
At the Cider game on Compound, and they lost it 10-3.
I did think this. I did think it's like they're obviously trying to test. They're obviously trying to work on it, but maybe need to just leave it alone for now. Easy in the end. Stallions will hit 6. You feel like that's enough from the GR side?
Definitely, yes. 6 is good, because after the change, I would say that the Blacklist side is just 4 is good, 5 is perfect. You can get 5. 6 is insane, but now Liquid, they're going to be in way tougher spot than the first round. And
So kind
this
of
is
more
the
of
big man.
an even map, you would argue.
Yeah, it is. But 6-3 is not an even score at all for them. So, and it is, as I mentioned, it's their map. And look at the nade. It just did a very big damage to them. And NO is just fully flashed 77 just to get the first kill. And they double it down. And Jay just can't find the kill. And they're back alive on this round.
Yeah, a really, really calm position that Team Liquid will put themselves in. They get aggressive, they put their foot down, and they win the round. I think is a very, very big deal. I've got to get it over the line, I suppose. Don't speak too early now. We've had Stallions stealing some away. Not going to be the case here by the looks of things. KLB against the world does have that C4. Loads of time, but just a lot of players to get through. And they're going to start to figure out where he is. They'll definitely know about him now. Clean onto Goken. Very clean indeed. He's got to be savvy to the fact that WY has pushed in. I think easier said than done. He'll check his angles, but is he going to be that vigilant? You wouldn't have thought so, right? So there's kind of a flank coming into him. In a matter of moments here. All the timing. Yeah, he's not ready for it. WY takes him. Team Liquid open up well on their GR side.
The round looked very, very shaky and scary for Liquid at the beginning. We've seen the nade, we've seen the swing from No. He almost got the kill on 77, who got 2 piece on this push. But now, they're going to be trying to do the same again. The nades are not quite... Well, no damage to be taken, but look at Danimals, he's just good for 1 and immediately got traded. Beautiful push from Stallions into the control just to have the A-long control for themselves right now, which gives them more space, more room to work out, and they need to be stretching also Liquid's defenses. When they take A-long, usually you'll be trying to rotate from beside, trying to shift a bit the map, and this is exactly what is happening. As you can see, 77 is just trying to be very close to mid-CT and also beside due to the lack of players on his side. But he's still Goken on his side. He can handle himself. He can get 1, 2, 3 kills before dying. But 77 just decides to move forward and holds along from him. So it's 2 on his side, just single-handedly ADRF on B side. And probably he's hearing some noises.
Yeah. He knows there's some presence. Maybe a fake out though. C4's not with this contingent. Now just becomes a one-man entry job. Oh no! ADRF should always be finding that. Somehow Loy takes him insanely low, 3 HP. So ADRF's going to be annoyed at himself, at the game, at everybody. WY though comes in for 2. Really, really, really key. Finds, gets the 3rd as well. And they do manage to recover it back. It looked dicey there, didn't it? But WY with a hell of a hold in at mid.
This guy is so good with HK. He's just not only tapping, but you can see his strafing kills, his pre-fires. His swings are also insane and just gets Liquid 1 more round. So Liquid 2 on the board for them on the global side. Makes it very comfortable for them, but you can see a fast push coming out from Stallions. Now Goken just shut down Slow and the push around mid. 2 guys around mid. The first is fall and WY just gets 2 players. Immediately got traded and Goken just claimed his spot on side. Nobody knows that Goken is here. He can at least get 1 kill, and always the pre-fire just gets him. But this leaves No on a 1v2. We've seen him on a 1v3. And now they're going to be respecting this guy.
Yeah, they have to. They absolutely have to. He's got the C4. He's got a lot of options. What does he want to do with it? It looks like he still wants to find the fights. Confident for them. Oh, 7-7 spotted. But him too. ADRF on the double swing. Really well done there, Team Liquid. Looking good here as the Stallions are as yet to pick up around in the second half. The score has evened up. The Brazilians looking really promising here. And Stallions have got to figure this one out fast. The map is slipping through their fingers.
I mean, they still have their tag time out, so they can pull it anytime. Probably after this round, if they didn't have some success, they need to bring this tag time out. Otherwise, the game could be slipping. It's 3 on the board for Liquid on the global side. This is a thing that we haven't seen Stallions even on the global side, but look at the bait. Danimals just gets the first kill. Loy just fall. And the nades just to put a little bit of damage on Danimals, but he's still holding to his position. He don't want to be retreating back to the mini, but I know, just trying to check. The smokes are blocking the vision completely, and Stallions still look very shaky, and Danimals replies, yes they do. With one more on ADRF, that tag timeout should be coming from the Stallions. The Filipino players are not having any success on the blacklist side.
No, it is true. It is true. The rounds themselves starting to get very, very dominant now. Something has got to change drastically. Do they have it in them? You know, we talk about some of the youth. Can be a really, really big deal with Stallions. Team Liquid, all this experience now coming to the forefront and confident in the work that they've done and the pick of new compound. Despite some shaky results on it in the past, they're looking really good here into the second half. It's just a question of if they can keep this up, if it continues, and it can all flip on a dime. Unlikely to happen in this round, though. So Team Liquid, if I'm not mistaken, for the first time in the series, taking the lead here. They might have had it maybe once on map number 1, briefly.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They'll trade things out. They'll get it done. They move up to 7, looking really dangerous.
Yeah. And now the tag timeout tanks. He definitely has a lot in his tank, and he needs to be talking to his teammate. We can see GLC. All he's doing is just hyping his players. Nothing needs to be changed from Liquid side,
No,
I believe. I
absolutely
think
not.
everything is going very fine. The guys are switching their strategies. They're mixing their plays. They're all doing some baits. They're doing some fakes. They're trying to play aggressive. Gukin is just everywhere. He's in A long. He's in mid. We've seen him in mid, A long, A. He's just trying to pick. Of course, he's not going to go to B side because 77 is there. Because the sniper, so no point of just going there. And Danimals is doing a very good job with ADRF as well. In the end, Stallions, I still think that these guys haven't fully committed into one strategy because Liquid is not giving them a chance. It's not giving them a space. There is no space for them to work with. And when they got the A-long and we've seen them, they have the space, they went to B side and they died. They went to mid also, they died. So I guess Stallions needs to be changing the pace a bit. They need to be playing more fast. They need to be hitting on the sides. If you have a space, just use it. If you don't, you need to create one through B side, but the B controls for Stallions is not the best. We've seen it going 1 by 1 again. We've seen this from Liquid on the first round, but now Stallions, they are repeating it for a couple of rounds before falling. So I believe that Tank's going to be talking about the controls. He's going to be talking about committing into the side. Yes, you got control, just commit on the side. Yes, you got an area, just push into this side. And now I can hear that Liquid, they are going so high.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the thing. Once this team starts like picking up momentum, getting loud and getting in your head, they can be really, really difficult to stop, really difficult to deal with. Jay looking to kick things off here. He'll lose his teammate. He sets up not just 1, but 3 kills. Can't quite find the damage in the right place, though. So 2 players very lucky to remain alive on the Team Liquid side. Jay does get that trade, though. Very important that he does. Keeping things heavily even now. We look for a way back in towards the B-bomb site, potentially. But not quite clear, even to us, where they want to end proceedings just yet.
I mean, if you hear Liquid after getting the kill over No, they were just so loud, shouting there because they got rid of one of the best players on Stallions, which actually puts them into a good position. But look at the HPs from Gukin and Danimals. They've lost a lot to get out from this situation, and now they're going to be taking this control, and let's see how Stallions going to be changing their playstyle, because last time they took this control, they just went to B side. They tried to fake a bit and tried to waste some time. Louis, yes, he did flick ADRF on this round, but still it wasn't a successful one. And I believe that there is no fakes, there is nothing. They're just going to be going and running onto the stack from Team Liquid. They already read the situation, and the C4 is moving onto A side.
Danimals making a play here. Very risky. Comes away with 1. ADRF to be traded quickly as well. Goku, no! He goes unchecked. KLB spins around to find him. So important that it does. Looks like he was on for another. Plank comes in, WY a little further away as he rotates in from B. A big 1v1 here. Has to be won. WY spotted now. KLB trying to keep his cool, trying to get aggressive into him though. Taking the onus and he will win it out. Takes a while, but he gets that headshot in the end. A huge clutch coming in as the Stallions even it back up, finding their first blacklist round.
I mean, it all started from this, exactly. Jay just getting 1 kill, doing a big, fair damage on both players. And yes, we've heard Liquid going very loud after just killing No, because they thought it's gonna be an easy round. It was going to be, but just WY loses the clutch. And finally, we're seeing Stallions winning a clutch on this map because mainly the clutches were on sub-base. And we've seen 2 clutches from Gokyn. And now the controls are shifted onto B side. From A side to B side. And Stallions, they're changing their play style. They are successful after the first tag timeout. I mean, that's their second timeout because they took their tag timeout on sub-base. And they're successful now on this map. So I believe that Stallions, they're gonna be having still some hard times. Liquid are still closer to win this map. Now let's see.
Oh, nice little trade. Important, but it's somewhat of a bait setup. They have to be careful going past this crossroad here. Danger awaits on the other side. A key CROSSFIRE. Looking very, very good indeed. ADRF. Flash comes in for him, and he's able to deliver on one. Danimal's here, round the corner, gets his. Gokyn as well chiming in. They've done very well. KLP has to move quick, and he's not fast enough. Liquid answer back. And Stallions walked right into that trap. I think they knew something was up, but they still gave it a good go. It works brilliantly for Team Liquid. The setup is just perfect.
I mean, it's the swing from WI just baited everybody on Stallions because they thought that he's alone and he's trying to get some information. He's trying to grab some intel for his team. So they said, okay, we got rid of him and let's push into mid. And they found another 2 players. One of them was the B player, the second B player, which is ADRF, as we've seen, and he's doing very good. Comparing him to the last map, and now he got 10 kills, and we've seen also Loud. He's trying to hype, shout, and go as loud as possible. And now Liquid, they are closer than ever on closing this map. I think Liquid, they still have the better chances because they are on the global side. The global side is so good, in my opinion. They have a lot of good rounds. They got like, I guess this is their 5th round only in return of 1 round for Stallions.
Yeah. And those numbers are pretty damn good. Regardless of your map and your sidedness, still feels very, very good. Especially in a game that, on map number 1, was quite tight. You know, a couple rounds here and then it'd trade back to the other team and then back again. Lot of nade damage here to kick this one off. Not what Stallions wanted. They've got the deep control that they were after in the previous round. Looking to do something with that. But with these HP bars now against them, it's going to be hard to complete the round here.
Yeah, and No, he's just taking a lot of damage and we haven't seen this guy as we expected. But look at Liquid, they're playing very aggressive. It was a flash, but no follow-up. And Gokyn is just holding this other area all on his own, and KLP just knows that Gokyn might be there, and he just passed through him, I guess. Like, Gokyn just turns and gets the kill. Jay just eliminates WI, but Gokyn is still there. He's still ready to get one more, and it's his triple kill. And NO is just left alone on tower, and he can't do anything because all the players were here. Now Liquid are so much louder than before.
Yeah, I mean, looking good here. Looking very, very good, aren't they? Key rounds, tense moments, but still able to keep their cool. Gokyn having a vintage performance, looking really, really good. We maybe missed him slightly yesterday. He had an alright second map, if I do remember correctly. No with a key find. WY in, though, getting super aggressive, needs dealing with, and he has been. They're looking to keep the pace up on the Stallion side. Oh, big one from No. Just the tip of the head spotted. Gokyn goes down, 4 on 2. Stallions are angry, and they are not letting this go without a fight. Going to be down to that one-round shootout by the looks of things as Danimal's up against 4.
Yeah. Now, Stallions, The overtime is in the line. I think it might go for an overtime, but Liquid...
Yeah, you thinking? You feeling the OT? Looking good, I think, in that sense. Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing.
I think that's the thing is that Liquid usually when they have the round on the line and they just one round to close the map, they play aggressive, they kind of throw a bit. This round, playing aggressive is not a throw, but you can just play it slow because it's working out. You just play on your sides and you're having a very, very good defense setup. But look at this damage on Jay, just can end Stallions' hopes onto new compound. Ankara is the next if Liquid just can make it happen.
Well, there is the $1 million question. Set up outside of B. Contacting in, not too aggressive. They will take an early peek. KLP goes down. They look to join him, try and charge in, but doubtful. Yeah, this is looking indecisive. Stallion's going to pull away after losing that first. Worried about deeper rotations. I'm not super happy with that Penguin, to be honest with you. You know, they go in, they don't really dedicate to it. Yeah, they don't commit. That is the word. And it gets away from them. So now Team Liquid just have to see this off, have to just go through the motions and get those trades. It's going to need a hero for Stallions.
I mean, we said this before the tag time out from Stallions that they do not commit onto the side. They just keep playing around and they're super hesitated when they're ending into one of the sides. And now they're going to be triple stacking or probably just double stacking the nades on the tower. There's nobody there. WI is not there anymore. And you can see that Loy is single-handedly just having the control of Big and Mini, probably for a fake or for a collapse. I think it's going to be a collapse on B side. 3 players on B side, 77. WI and ADRF, only Gokin and Danimals who are found there on his side, but look where they are. They are also on Elton, so they're going to be having a very quick rotation. This is not looking good for Stallions.
Yeah, they look really uncomfortable for sure. Going to try and get through the smoke, and WI just flattens them all. I think that's going to be all she wrote for this map. Ankara around the corner. They just have to deal with one more. Loy, against 5 in total, does manage to find one, but that's all he's going to get. Team Liquid, they get it done. What a second half from them. The global risk side, so strong. They drop a total of only 2 rounds, securing 7. Perfect half, I think it is safe to say.
They picked it for a reason, and that's the reason for you.
Yeah. I mean, it took a lot of work. But they bring it back. They look very, very good while doing so, and yeah, very excited now for what Ankara's got in store.
I mean, it is a very good map by them, and I think that the global side from Liquid just chipped everything. If you can play as good as this on the global side, and I mentioned that 77 and Goken on both snipers on the global side is going to be tough for Stallions, and yes, Liquid got the chances and they took it.
Wellity. Here we find ourselves in a map 3, just like on the mainstream. They've just gone to map 3 as well, so having some very closely contested games today, as expected, really, when you start to get to this stage, get to the qualifiers. We were hoping they were going to be a little bit closer. That being said, with the amount I heard about Stallions coming into this event, I thought they were going to 2-0 this one, but somehow, someway, Liquid have been able to overturn this, and you saw from the reaction what it means to them as well.
Yep.
Talk me through it, boys. I mean, was there any fundamental issues that went wrong with Stallions here in this game?
I mean, I think we saw it at the end, the indecisiveness for sure on their blacklist side. Maybe thinking the job was done a little, that it would just all fall into place after a decent first half themselves. They were late on the timeout, in my opinion. I think they maybe needed to be more respectful there, get that in as early as possible. So certainly the one map in hand effect, that they just weren't feeling the panic in the same way that Team Liquid were after that first half.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I'll just double it down. The guys were just not committing to any of the sides, and I've talked about this when they went to the overtime. I mean, when they went to the tactical timeout, I said if they want to be going to the overtime, they need to be committing more into the sides. Just take control, push to the side. You'll have a higher chances of winning the round if you're trying to trade. Otherwise, just going around and around, just hoping that maybe Liquid will stack the wrong side, and it didn't happen because we've seen a good mid stack from Liquid that's paid off, and good A side stack from Liquid also paid off. And when they went to B side, they were also stacking. So good call from Danimals. He just flipped the script and won this map.
Yeah, they definitely need to be a little bit sharper on their communication, I guess, making sure everyone is working in tandem, not too many individual plays being made. But I guess if you look back at map 1, then what No was able to do as an individual, perhaps Stallions just expect that they can pull things off even if it is a 4 versus 5, even a 3 versus 5. We had the 1v3, but you know, Team Liquid have shown and they've proved that it doesn't matter if they are the underdogs in this matchup. They definitely have a chance, and it would be huge for them if they can qualify through from this group into playoffs above Stallions. But I'm sure that lower bracket would look very terrifying if we saw, to be honest, either of these teams, right? I would imagine either of these teams, even if dropping into the lower bracket, they should be able to get through the playoffs, right?
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely not like, you know, these super clear overdogs in every single matchup, but they're always going to be capable of coming back into games, as we've just seen, you know, the second time Liquid have done it here on the B stream, actually. So, you know, they're really quite formidable opponents, and there's a lot of depth to their game. But it does sort of go to show, yeah, we see the scoreboards here, and not quite the same heavy-hitting performance. We've got Loy not quite pulling his weight, and it makes a difference when the game is that close.
When you see like an individual perform in map 1 like No did, is there a way as a team you can target them? Like, can you try and take them out of the game a little bit, would you say?
I mean, it's very hard because this guy is not only moving alone, he's just backed up by a few players. But I think that No had some also unsuccessful rounds because we've seen him falling at the beginning of the round for 3 times in a row, 2 times in a row. So this is exactly what Liquid needed to shut down Stallions, and it worked out very well for them. I think that New Compound, that's how you play New Compound. You just need to play passive, so Stallions needs to go aggressive. And when you are playing aggressive, there is much higher chances of making mistakes.
Well, New Compound provided victory for Team Liquid, but Stallions will try and bounce back now as we go into Ankara for map 3. We're going all the way and going the distance here. But before we get there, we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be back into map 3.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
I knew you'd be back. Welcome back, everyone, to CROSSFIRE EWC 2026. Dan Gaskin alongside Scriv and Penguin once more as we move into map number 3. We're starting the day off with going to the distance, which I'm happy with. I like that we get closely contested games. But now, Ankara, right? We did see yesterday Stallions played on Ankara. Looked pretty comfortable on it as well.
Yep.
Would you say they are the favorites now going into this one, Penguin?
I mean, Ankara is just in the map that Stallions can shine because they can move. You have seen them just moving around, just going here, going there, just trying to fake. But new compound, if you're doing this, it's a fast rotation for global side. That's why Liquid had a very much success on the global side. So I think if they keep playing the same, trying to take control, go back to A side, trying to fake, go back to B side, I think it can work at least better than new compound.
Yeah, I think there was definitely space in there for Liquid, it feels like, because they have had it as the decider in 2 series now. They play it domestically. It's kind of a classic map, you know, in the game and whatnot. So I think there's certainly a chance here that Liquid will look good, but we'll see. We've got a lot here. Both teams have really battled hard, so I think it could go either way.
I'm going to do my best battle cry now. Ah, we're into game, and there we go. Scriv, Penguin, take it away. I scared you.
He did a little bit. He did a little bit. He made me jump with that one. It was pretty good. The land halls of old here, no, you've done that before, I think it's safe to say, but we are indeed into the action. As it'll start off fast. Gokun looking to pick up where he left off and have that sharp performance here if he can once again help the team out. Not necessarily the full carry performance, but certainly look good on that second map. We're looking for a little bit more of that from Team Liquid.
Yeah, and now Stallions, they are on the blacklist side. I mean, they are on the favor side on Ankara. Yes, we know that Ankara just favors the blacklist side due to the... Talked about the A-Long controls. Whoever is watching, you would usually see the blacklist team just having the easiest controls if there is no match. But look at this, a stack from Liquid onto A side. We've seen Rock playing this map and they failed like 8 times on his side. I mean, Fefe wasn't having the best days on his side yesterday, and now they decide to just counter this, and look at Stallions. They just completely dodge and ignore his side.
Yep. Not thinking about it. Pretend it doesn't exist for now. What a nice little smoke there from Gokun, though. That's going to slow them down. They will try their hand at getting through it, but it gives him a lot of room to work with. He's got some support as well from 7-7. They're all chiming in now. And the smoke goes down at the perfect time. It baits them in. A dangerous task to run through it. They will pay the ultimate price. There's not a single player going down. Team Liquid, they get loud, and they are looking good with that first round. Comes in flawlessly.
Ah, man. A flawless round from Liquid. This is the first we've ever seen on the opening on this map, and now Liquid are one on board. A good defense side from Gokun on B side. A good read from Stallions, actually, I would say, but still having Gokun is just a plus for your team. And now Gokun just completely having the mid control to himself. That's why they need to be having a stack around, probably, let's say, B side. And while we're talking about Gokun just WI falls, and 77 just trying to hit the double shot, it's not working out very well for them because KLB just gets him down, and now all the B-side controllers for Stallions, even with the underpass control that we've seen after the swing from KLB to eliminate 77, and Team Liquid will need to do a good, clean retake afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to have the resources for this, though, Penguin? That's the question. Everybody is worse for wear. They're a man down. I feel like you would not have a chance here, realistically, but stranger things have happened. ADRF goes down early. He was the healthiest player. I don't think it's happening here. Gokun, the last to fall, and Stallions answer back nicely. So we are once again off to a very competitive start. Stuck around for a while on sub base. There was a big split between these two teams, though.
Yeah.
On new compound. So we'll see which side of the coin we get here for Ankara.
Draw on board, and now Stallions. I mean, last round it was very good communication between the players because 2 players covered the side, 1 player just pushed underpass to get rid of 77, which give them a big and huge space. And usually, if you want to be having a good post plant, you need to be having a space. This space allows you to get the information early, so you can double peek some area, or you can have some stack onto one of the sides if you're having big space. That gives you the side that you need. Smokes onto his side. Low is just trying to fake around the side, and yes, Smokes, he's gonna flash and the push around beside from underpass right now.
7-7. Under threat. Oh, he needed some help. Danimals goes down early. Not a good look. And he will get one. He does well in that, to be honest. He was under some serious pressure. Meanwhile, Loy holding off at the back, got all three on the way. He doesn't quite know it yet, but this corner as well, unchecked, could be deadly. In for two. Gokhan on the trade, but he's now got three more to find himself all alone. Quite far away and gets caught switching up to the sniper. He will go down. Big, big find from Stallions and really cleanly done.
I mean, very smart round from Loy. If you look at this guy, if you get his POV, he's just insane. He smoked this side, he faked this side, he went through the B check into CT. He didn't go through a side because, I mean, through a shack because he knows that if he's going through a shack, he's definitely gonna be spotted from the guys rotating from his side. So he just got a very, very good angle and very, very good position to stay at it to get the double kill. Now look at WR, he's trying to strafe kill, just finds a kill. Jay gets a little bit excited and just swings the balcony, and this is a death wish for you.
Spamming away behind smokes. Stallions putting a pin in the aggression for now. Just holding off for a moment. Try and have a reassess. There will be some rotational play from Team Liquid as well. Key 4-on-4 here. Jay with the C4 does have to be careful. He's isolated. So he does have to be very, very careful not to go down in a silly spot. Could make a difference. All the same, they'll look to join back up here going into the final minute or so of proceedings. B-bomb site feels pretty vulnerable right here.
Yeah. No. Just alone. Trying to take. A connector just swings to underpass and pushing with Jay. Now Lloyd just collapsed with them, and all the players of Stallions are suddenly together except for KLP, the sniper, who's going to be cutting the rotations. And now Jay just swings to get 77, and this is a guy you would eliminate if you have a beside, because it's going to make a lot of troubles if he's still on the side, and KLP is just doing the cutting rotation strategy from bridge. And then no, he's trying to have kills on underpass. He doesn't have any information. The flash from Gokhan just makes everybody blind. Except for no, the double swing from underpass by Gokhan and AD.AL. Everyone was a piece, and now AD.AL just doubles it down. And KLP just arrives to help with 1 and 2 kills, and not enough. A good, clean retake from Liquid players. I mean, I thought it's gone for Stallions.
Yeah.
Usually when there is a retake, you would expect it on B side. If Stallion just goes to A side and plants the C4, it's just done.
Yeah, we'll see here. There's got to be a keen response from the Stallions, but so far it is very, very back and forth here. Early stages, but no one's stretching ahead on Ankara. And it really is going to come all the way down to the wire, I think. For this particular series, could be a very, very close affair and a real heartbreak for the team that has to go down into that lower bracket. But thankfully, I suppose you still have another chance at it. It's more so the playoffs that await on the other side of this, though. Being one of the first teams to secure it, you get a lot of time off, a lot of time to prepare. Just these small factors can make a big difference to your game. Go back and review this one for sure. You know, some key moments where things could have gone a lot better for both sides. Double sniper out for Team Liquid. WY spots a few, baiting them in. That's the idea, and he will manage to find the first. Good crosshair placement. Dealt with. It's 7-7 who, you know, they were trying to draw them in for the sniper, but he doesn't deliver.
Yeah, it was the bait for 77, and then suddenly he's just not hitting the shot, and WI just gets the kill. And look at the damages that's been done on Liquid players. ADRF with this shotgun on tunnels. He's trying to have as much as he can do on this angle, but Danimals just swings away and gets the kill. No, immediately just both of the players just got killed, and this is exactly what I was talking about. If you go to the side, it's gonna be easier for you just to do the post plan, and 77 just tried to go crazy on the side, get probably 1 or 2 for his teammates, but he's unsuccessful. And now Stallions back ahead, unless Gukin just pulls a miraculous one before, which I doubt to be done.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think we're all in agreement there. Oh,
He heard his
sneaky
switch.
little find. Yeah. Any more for any more? It maybe looks like he's after a few stats, trying to keep his numbers good. He's not even going to send it into the site, so we'll just let that C4 go off again. Gives you a lot of time to talk things over. They're trying to really maximize the response here. Slim lead comes round for the side of the Stallions. Will they be the first to break the deadlock here and string a few together? Yeah, very, very well recovered from them, considering that first exchange looked like it was going to be dangerous, but they do well in the end.
I mean, yeah, you can expect more from them, but they just secure Gokin. It's just a fall and about expecting more. And look at the double stack on underpass. Danimals just find 2 kills. KLB and J just fall. And now 77 just doubles it down with another double kill. And now Loic LP falls again with a triple from 77. These guys are just insane. Danimals, 77, both just gets the full squad from Stallions and just secures this round.
Again, the response comes back, so it will continue being even. No team yet to string any together and looking to try and make that the case here. KLP, though, he opens up. It's big aggression from the side of Team Liquid, trying to force the issue as much as they can. KLP gets caught. Any kind of response. They weren't expecting this kind of aggression, were they? They're all getting caught off here on the Stallion side. Loy in a good spot. No is left in the clutch. Not foreign to this, not afraid of it. 1 versus 3 in total, brings it down to just 2 now.
I mean, the question is, did they know about the C4 is just dropped on the balcony? Because if they know and just claim this area or claim this spot, it's gonna be kind of doomed for NO, especially that he has an EBR, so he needs to get quad shots on the head to kill 2 players or just to spray both of them. Yeah, 77 is a bit low, so he can get 1 shot with this EBR, but Gokin is now claiming this area and he knows where he is, and 77 just takes him down. And now Liquid, they are back in action. I believe that this round that they're pushing to a side, if just Stallions could have backed off, just kind of talked about it and tried to retake it instead of just trying to swing one by one, because 77 here had a very good position on tunnels, just securing. Anybody just goes into quarters, and this is exactly what happens. So Stallions just fall 1 by 1 onto this push, and now again Liquid, they're trying to do some kind sort of fake that they push this side just to put 77 on this spot, which is a very good spot for him to get an early information in his side. The stack on B side should be done now. Look at the position where Danimals, and this is exactly what I want the Stallions to do last round. Just back off, talk about it, and just reclaim the spot.
There you go, nice. Really, really nice finds. And looking to get that response. Keep the back and forth going, man. Danimals is in the conversation here. It's a big tag there. Danimals, though, in the key spot. Trying, failing to find anything, in fact. It's just WY that now remains. Stallions with a great statement round here as they do not lose a single player. Who's going to get that 5th?
I mean, Stallions, they should, because they are playing on the blacklist side, they should be having the 5 to 4 instead of just Liquid just going to the 5th round, and you switch to the blacklist side and you're going to see them just executing and having a very good game versus you. They're probably going to be spamming aside versus Stallions, because we've seen them just dodging this by stacking aside onto the first round, which wasn't successful in my opinion. But now Stallions are slowing the pace. They just took A-long control, they dominate the tunnels, they're trying to eliminate anybody who's trying to play very aggressive and just to check for some information, which Liquid is not giving them. We can see that Liquid are kind of leaning towards B side. 3 guys are around. It's 77 Dynamos and ADRF and Gokin, sorry. On Hotel is trying to get an early information in the smoke. He's playing very aggressive, Gokin.
Yeah, very difficult. I think for Stallions to find a clean way in, they are going to have to crowbar things and get some messy kills potentially. Trying to take as much space as they possibly can in areas that allow it. Loy and No are just on an adventure right now, trying to spot a player if they can, but nothing being revealed by Team Liquid. Creeping into the final proceedings of this round. There goes 7-7. Catches No on a timing. And so, the numbers look good. 5-on-4. And no real progress for Stallions. It looks very, very difficult for them, I think, to get back in. Gokun looking to be aggressive here on the sniper. Flash comes over. It's 7-7 that's finding success. Gokun joins him. Loy and Jay, the only 2 that remain. There's some low HP bars in here. If they can keep the pace up, maybe they can isolate some fights, but they've slowed it down. They have managed to find some responses, but it's just not going to be enough. Gokin's still alive, still finding kills. Left all on Loy now. And he just can't find this player. Gokin's had a great round. Absolutely insane finds. It will be TL just squeezing out a lead.
I mean, this guy, man, every time I said, okay, he's 1 and done. He just gets 1 more.
Yeah,
okay, this 2 undone, and he gets 1 more, and there's 3 undone, and he's still alive, waiting for everybody on this side. I mean, Stallions, they haven't hit an SI push except for a round. It was an adaptive round for them after they got the kills onto the Danimals and ADRF when they pushed. At this time, they went to a side, but after that, I mean, rather than that, they just went to the side where Gokin is. And if you're going to Gokin, you need to be having a better execution, because this guy, if he's not 1 and done, he's gonna secure the whole side by himself. A good, well played half by Liquid to be winning on the global side. Still, it's a 5v4, a 5-4. It's not a big deal, but still, they can take this lead into a win if they can have a good organized Blacklist side. I expected Liquid to be spamming a side. Let's see how this guy's gonna be going, because first round is definitely an A side.
Yeah, looks that way. Try and test the water over here. Taking their time, waiting for the smoke to go down and see if there's anyone on the other side of it. It's a re-smoke though, so they are going to be slowing this round way down. Stallions keeping them at bay for the time being. Here we go though, bursting in. The flash has come over the top. KLB under the stairs gets totally blindsided. Was expecting more action to come his way there, I think, and just not ready for the angle. It's looking good for Team Liquid as they charge in. Loyal try his best, but it's not enough. All on KLP here. On the long-range angle. I think they potentially know it. C4 going to go down in a safe spot. Not taking any chances with this one, despite the numbers looking so good. Team Liquid with some decent discipline. WY does eventually get bored, but that'll just confirm it. Play it safe from here. Well, they should be able to convert this.
Yeah. The execution was good. The flashes were perfect because we've seen both of the defenders. They were both fully blind. And KLB didn't even have a chance to shoot back. They get this kill and Gurkin just gets the final kill. And Liquid, you just played a simple game. We don't need to go to B side so we have chances even after taking the side that we might lose into a retake. All we need to do is just take a side and it's completely done. Double flashes from them. Stallions, I'm very scared for how they played the last round. They didn't even push into an Entel. We usually got used to that Stallion. When it's 1 minute on the clock, they push for an Entel. They push to get information. Someone pushes underpass, someone just swings mid. Tries to go for A connector control, and this is not the case for the last round. But at this round, we are seeing Stallions. They are early on this A connector, trying to shut down the push before it's even happening.
5-on-4. Very early kill, very important kill at that. Jay thinking about it. He's trying to not get banged around this corner. Really, really wants to pull things back, but not going to be the case. He drops back, as does the rest of Team Liquid here, looking to secure yet another round. That first kill comes nicely for them. They will try and just play things slowly, catch any aggression, and go for a later execute here should they need it.
Goken. He knows that maybe Stallions want to be going aggressive because they have numbers disadvantage, and this is exactly what KLP doing. He's just scouting for any information right now, and this is what I mentioned, that we usually see Stallions pushing an intel 1 minute or lower in the clock, and now they have an idea it's going to be silent. This is starting to rotate. KLP is just the guy to have mid, underpass, and the cross to A side ready. And these double setups from them is just because nobody's going to be on the underpass because KLP is still in mid. So it's going to be a very good round by Liquid if they double swing this and get the red of no just early on. And now all the players are starting to push. And no, just doubles it down and triple kills by this guy. And now Liquid suddenly just falls, but Goken just gets the round. On a 1v2, I thought it's all done. They both swing him with the Colt. And he gets the double, and now everything is falling apart for Stallions.
Yeah, that is difficult to be on the end of. I think it's safe to say. Really, really going to have a negative effect on the mental. They're not going to be happy. They are not going to be happy, especially after, you know, an individual moment of their own. Losing out on the clutch at the end, it feels really, really bad. Can they bounce back, I suppose? Some moments now to talk things over. Timeout taken. Stallions got to try and get back into it. It's exactly what happened on map 2 as well. They have the steam taken out of them, the wind from their sails, as we say, and they never got it back. Seems to be happening here again.
Well, I guess Liquid are closer than ever of qualifying into the top 8, and this is exactly was their goal, just to get into the playoffs. And Stallions, I think that they throw this game a bit on their blacklist side, because we haven't seen any SI push, which is the easy side you can push versus Liquid. Liquid just they kind of stacked this out on the first round, but I believe that Stallions' execution could have just got onto this stack, because that's how Ankara's being worked. If you just spam SI, definitely it's gonna be working out. Now we can hear how loud Liquid players are before going into the game. And now Stallions, let's see what change they have done on their game plans, because they haven't looked solid on the blacklist side except for sub-base. That if you look at the new compound, they weren't solid at all. No executions, they're so hesitated. And if you look at Ankara as well, we haven't seen a good blacklist side from them. They did 4 rounds only on the blacklist side on Ankara. It's just a fail, I would say, for you.
Moving fast here, as they are trying to get in towards A, try and squeeze things out with that first kill. Not quite presenting, it's immediate bolster up as well from Stallions. Not messing around, as they will rotate players in very, very quickly. Couple of kills come round for Stallions. No, again, on the individual moment, is able to hold for a couple. And they were very ready for that one, Penguin. Team Liquid, perhaps slightly overconfident after the way things have been going. After that timeout especially. They will get a taste of their own medicine there, as the Stallions finding a key round now to move up to 5. Still a little bit of work, though, as they look to close things out.
Yeah. And we've mentioned that Liquid, they're going to be starting to spam his side until it fails. Now it fails, so they're going to be pushing it to B side, getting 2 kills immediately. No, he had a good read on this push. They stacked B side on the beginning of the round, but yet they failed to get any damage on Liquid players, and they're going to be facing themselves. Now they have 5 V3 lead. Liquid, they should just be closing onto one of the sides. Of course, the easiest is side. You just take the side and it's over for them. No retakes and no chances for them to get back. We can see Stallions are trying to creep around. They're trying to push mid. They're trying to take some spaces. But I don't think this space is going to matter. A 5v4 is going to be so tough, especially after Loi's death.
Yeah, looking that way, Liquid with an immediate response here. As they are set to find number 8. Unless, well, didn't even get the words out, and KLB will go down. It starts to look a little dangerous now for the Stallions.
Yeah, definitely.
As it has begun to get out of hand. And Team Liquid, I think, as well. In the ascendancy, you know, they have 7-7, they have Gokun, these two sniper players that are really, really running rampant right now. WY a little quieter, but not necessarily needed, I think. So we'll find out. Some aggression coming in outside of A. Stallions trying, but failing to create that first kill. A quick response from Team Liquid towards B.
Yeah, and now the hotel control is all for Liquid. They just copied the past strategy, and if it's working, why to change it? And now I know just backing up Loi. The push is going to be happening on Versailles. I am afraid that this CROSSFIRE can just shut down everybody on Liquid and take one kill from Loi and another frame. I know this is not what you are expecting from such CROSSFIRE. Liquid, they are still holding on to the positions. Yes, the C4 is dropped. WY just needs to step a bit ahead, and Gokun just immediately snaps KLP from side, giving hopes and signs of life back again for Liquid.
Oh, yep. Really key find there from Gokun, as it will be down to just Jay here. Trying to get in behind, trying to track them, I think, and he's not far off. He's just missed out on getting them, though, and now he's gone the wrong way, so they will potentially get a drop on him. Oh, no, he moves towards B. I thought he was perhaps rotating fully. He's going to stick in one eye on B, sensing that this is going to be the end point. He would indeed be correct, so a big moment for Jay if he can get this done. Can he get in the right spot at the right time? No, he gets side-swiped. And Team Liquid bring it down to just one round now. This is looking very, very dangerous indeed, as they will just need one more to secure their place in playoffs and to really surprise a lot of people. I think people had Stallions taking this one. Might have been some work. I had them taking it. But here we are on the third map, especially looking really quite strong on the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah. And now they're only one round away. My opinion, just Liquid can keep spamming his side. And they're gonna make it. Sooner or later, they're gonna make it. Because you still can't defend only with 2 players versus 5 players pushing with you. 3 of them is just flashing. 2 is trading. 1 god-tier sniper is just covering. Everything is going very, very well for Liquid. I believe that Stallions played this map pretty wrong. Because that's not how you should be playing the Blacklist side. We should be focusing more onto a side. Yes, it is the meta, but still, you need to abuse it until something happens, and then you change. Again, Liquid are onto a side. And yes, we expected that Liquid is going to be only going through a side, and they are delivering. One more flash, and could be the last push. Flashes are good. KLP is no flash. He can get one. 77 is pretty much low. Now he falls. And no, just backs up. LDRF and WI each get one, and no, just pushing again. Trying to get this side. It is a 3v3, but WI is very, very low on HP. He's not having a good map. He's been quiet for a while, and now Danimals with the C4 plant and Loi. And no with the lurk from the back.
Yeah, they seem kind of aware of it, though. Flash is a little shaky there. ADRF to find a key one. He will be traded out. It's WY under the stairs who gets it done. And Team Liquid will take it. They move into playoffs. Stallions going to have a bit more work to do. The dark horse of the tournament has just been surprised, especially on that third map in quite a one-sided fashion. But Team Liquid showing what they can do. There's so much depth on this international stage, so much to draw from. The experience